Konbawa sensei.
Konbanwa.
Konbawa sensei.
Konbanwa.
Konbawa sensei.
Konbanwa Ganesh-san.
Konbawa sensei.
Konbanwa Vishnupriya-san. Hi. So we'll start with today's class. Today is lesson 18, right? If we are going to see. Hi. So we'll start with the kanjis for the lesson. Okay. So the first kanji that we have on the screen is the screen visible for everybody?
Hi, sensei.
Hi. So the first kanji that is there on the screen is the kanji for reflection or projection. Okay, so it has the readings of A, Utsutsu, and Utsuru. So the readings are A, Utsutsu, Utsuru. So you have few words, there as examples which you can go through. So Utsutsu is nothing but your transitive verb which means to reflect, and Utsuru is your intransitive verb to be reflected. Okay, any doubts?
No, sensei.
So the next kanji that we have is the kanji for picture or kanji strokes or brush stroke that we say. So it has the readings of kaku and ga.
Kaku.
Kaku and ga.
Hi. So the first word you can see is eiga.
Eiga.
Ega.
So the A kanji we just saw before, right? The projection kanji. So when a picture is projected, that's how a movie we see, right? It's all pictures which are projected. So eiga, this is the kanji. Okay. The second one, like I said, for brush stroke. So as you keep going ahead, you will learn about how important brush strokes are, right? That's why we see the stroke order in after the kanjis, right? After I explain to you, I always show you the stroke order because it's very important. So the number of strokes are also equally important. So the number of strokes, we count it with this counter called kaku. So for example, one stroke will be ikkaku.
Kaku.
Okay, so kaku is for your kanji strokes or your brush stroke. Any doubts? Hi. So we move to the next kanji, right? So the next kanji is the kanji for learning. So it has the readings shu
Shu.
and narau.
Narau.
So narau is the verb to learn. Okay. Similarly, you say gakushu, that's the noun for learning or study. So you have your gaku kanji with this kanji. And we do renshu, right? It's there behind every lesson for all of you, and you have renshu exercises which we do, and we do grammar as well in class. So that renshu's shu is this narau kanji. The ren kanji, you will learn it in the N4 level. Okay?
Hi, sensei.
Any doubts regarding this kanji?
No, sensei.
Hi. So the next kanji is the kanji for a picture or a drawing or a painting or sketch, however you put it, right? So it has the readings of kai
Kai.
and a.
Ye.
So a, the kana a alone, it's a word in Japanese, which means a picture or a drawing or a painting or a sketch. So the kanji in itself, that is the kana a itself, it is a word, which means this. And then you have For example, the other words. So kaiga can be a picture, a painting. A-hone is nothing but a picture book. So you have A, which means stands for picture, and hone, which is book. So when they come together, it becomes a picture book. Any doubts?
No
No
sense.
sense.
Hi. So the next kanji that we have is the kanji for mouth. Okay. So it has the readings of ko and kuchi.
Chi.
Okay. So ko and kuchi. So you have few words associated with it. So the first word is jinko.
Jinko.
Jinko is population. And the next word is kuchi.
Kuchi.
So kuchi in itself means mouth. So if you see the kanji also, it's like as if somebody's mouth when they're opened, right? Like that you will draw, right? So it looks like that only. So mouth, that word for mouth in Japanese is kuchi. Now the same thing, you can use it for entrance and exit also. So iri guchi.
Iriguchi.
Iriguchi.
Very
So
good.
iriguchi is entrance. Hi. So you have your hairu kanji, right? Which is to enter with the guchi kanji coming together. The second kanji is deguchi.
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 Deguchi is the exit. So you have the deru kanji with the guchi kanji. Deru kanji, which means to exit. So you can find this at normally everywhere in Japan when you have the entrance and exit signs. Iriguchi, deguchi. Okay. Any doubts?
No sense.
Right. So the next kanji that we have on the screen is the kanji for finishing. Okay, so to finish or to end. So that is known as the kanji has the readings of shu,
Shu.
ovaru,
Ovaru.
Ovaru.
ovari.
Ovari.
So ovaru is the verb to finish. Okay, and ovari means end. Then you have the word shuden. Shuden.
Shuden.
So shuden is your last train. The last train for the day will be shuden in Japanese. Okay, any doubts regarding this kanji?
No sense.
So the next kanji is the kanji for eye. So it has two readings. Moku.
Since a shu means 10, right? So why it is considered as shu, 10 is
So
last?
10 is juice, Siddhartha, not shu.
High sense.
Hi. Ju is 10. This is shu.
High sense.
Sensei,
Hi.
I have a doubt.
Yes, Vikram.
We had the same pronunciation shoe for learn also.
Hi.
Learn
So like I
kanji.
said, the kanji is different, right? In Japanese, in the hiragana, you will have maybe the same spelling, but the kanjis will always be different. So the kanjis is what gives you the meaning, right? When you read the sentence, while reading the sentence, you'll know what meaning it's trying to give, what meaning is shoe taking. So here, the kanji is totally different. The Narau kanji is different from the Ovaru kanji. So if you see the kanji, even though both the kanjis might have the onyomi as shoe, the meanings are different. So it depends on the usage of how it is being used.
Hi, Sensei.
Hi. You'll have even more kanjis with a reading shoe. Okay, but the kanjis will always be different. So using the kanjis, you can always find out what the meaning of the word is.
Hi, Sensei.
Hi. So the next kanji is the kanji for eye. So it has a reading as moku
Moku.
and me.
Me.
So me is the word in Japanese for eye. So if you see the kanji also looks like your eyeball, right? Instead of, like I said, in the olden days, they never used to have what is known as circular kanjis. From circles, it became to proper squares and rectangles. So if you see in a way, you can see your eyeball in between. You will be able to, you can imagine this square, this rectangle to be your eye, and inside the two lines to be like your pupil. So this is the kanji for eye, me. Okay, any doubts?
Sensei, I have a doubt on JLPT.
Yes, Vishnupriya-san, tell me.
Sensei, we have vocabularies, right? Whatever vocabulary we read in this book, is that enough, or we have to learn more?
The vocabularies in your books are more than enough if you practice it on a daily basis. So like I said, behind your book also you have an appendix, right? So study using the appendix as well.
Okay, Sensei.
Hi.
And
So if time permits, if you want, we can try doing a few vocabulary exercises today.
Sensei, if you don't mind, can you explain us once the pattern of JLPT and FA11 so that we'll be familiar with it?
Hi. So yes, so we'll finish this lesson and then I'll try explaining it to you.
Hi, Sensei.
Hi. So we'll just see quickly the stroke order. So for the first kanji, one second, I'm just checking if it's audible. Hi.
A 映る生える A 映る生えるが書くが書く習う習習う習絵描い絵描い口口こうく口口こうく終わる週終わる週目目僕ま目目僕ま
So we'll move for the grammar, towards the grammar for the day. Right? So you have Tanaka-san over here, right? So how is Tanaka-san looking? She's looking happy, right? So the Keiyoshi, to say happy or you're glad in Japanese, it is ureshi. Ureshi is happy or glad. So ureshi, is it ikeyoshi or nakeyoshi?
EKUshi.
Ikeyoshi desu ne. So how will we frame this sentence? Do we just say Tanaka-san wa ureshi in Japanese when we want to say that Tanaka-san looks happy? No. That is the wrong way to go about it, right? So the correct way to go about it will be by saying Tanaka-san wa ureshi garu. Tanaka-san wa ureshi garu. So, dare no koto desu ka? Whom are we talking about over here?
Tanaka-san.
Tanaka-san, right? Tanaka-san. So this is speaker no koto desu ka? Is it the speakers? Are we talking about the speaker over here?
No, sensei.
Yeah, right? So we're not talking about the speaker. So we are talking about Tanaka-san. Okay, any doubts so far?
No, sensei.
No, sir.
So you have Tanaka-san wa ureshi garu, right? Tanaka-san looks happy. So it's a sukai maska. When will we use this expression ureshi garu?
When someone is happy,
Correct. So you want to, when you want to express somebody's feeling, right? Someone no feeling o yutoki, right? When you want to express someone's feeling, and feeling is very strong. So you see somebody and you see they are experiencing a particular emotion, and that emotion is very strong, and you want to express it. You want to say, hey, you know what? Tanaka-san looks very happy today. So you want to say that. So in Japanese, then you will use this formula of garu, right? Where you will say Tanaka-san wa ureshi garu, right? Tanaka-san looks happy. Any doubts?
no, sensei.
So nani nani garu is for someone no feeling o yutoki, and you want to express somebody's feeling. So the adjective needs to mean feelings. It cannot be any other random adjective. The adjective over here has to be a feeling, because we are using this to express somebody's feelings. So for example,
Hello?
you can use only adjectives which are feelings with garu, because here when we use garu, we are trying to express somebody's feeling, someone's feelings. Okay, any doubts?
Sensei, can you please repeat it once again? You got disconnected, or I don't know whether it is my internet
Hi.
connection.
So what I'm trying to say is, when we use garu, we are talking about expressing someone's feeling, right? So the adjective needs to mean feelings. It cannot be any other adjectives. For example, you have adjectives like nagai, oki, toi, right? All these are not feelings but attributes, right? So we can't use them with garu, because garu, when we use the garu, we are trying to express someone's feelings. All right, any doubts?
No, sensei.
So we have the form garu, right? And we have an adjective, which is ureshi, ureshi, which means happy, right? It's an ikeyoshi, right? So how are we making this with garu?
Dropping E and adding garu.
Very good. So ureshi becomes ureshi garu by dropping E and adding garu, right? We just drop E and add garu. Now the next adjective we have is for nakeyoshi, right? So the adjective over here is zanenda. The adjective is zanenda. That zanen means pity. Okay, so disappointment. It's very sad. That kind of a feeling, basically pity or disappointment. So zanenda is a nakeyoshi. So when we use it with garu, it becomes zanen garu. So how are we making this change?
Dropping da and adding garu.
Very good. So all you're doing is dropping da and adding garu for nakeyoshi. Any doubt so far?
No, sensei.
Hi. So we move ahead. So we have a word garu, right? It's like a verb. So what will be the polite form of this verb garu?
Garimas.
Garimas.
Very good. So be gari mas. And then the polite negative form
Garimas.
Garimasen.
gari masen. Very good. The polite past form.
Garimashita.
Very good, Shweta-san. Gari mashita. And the polite past negative form?
Garimasen deshita. Karaina katta des.
Very good, Siddharth-san. So it will be Garimasan Deshita or Garanakatta Des. Right? So this is the first group verb, Garu. Okay, any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Right. So the plain form of it will be Garu, right? What will be the plain negative form?
Garu. In negative form.
Plain negative form. It's a
Garane.
naive form, right?
Garane.
Very good, Siddharth-san. So it becomes Garanai. The plain past form?
Katta.
Gatta. Very good. And the plain negative past form?
Karana katta.
Garana Katta. Very good. So this is how we are using the verb garu. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Hi. So again we have the verb garu, right? But this time we have a verb. So the verb over here is taberu, which means taberu means to eat, right? So now if you want to say I want to eat, how will you say that in Japanese? You want to eat something. How will we say that?
Tabetai.
Very good. This tabe tai, right? Tabe tai. Very good, Jeevan-san. So tabe tai is the tai form is what we use when we want to say, the speaker wants to say that they want, he or she wants something, right? Now tai is an ikyoshi. We know that, right? So tai is an ikyoshi. So what we have to do is, if you want to say, for example, somebody else, when we use tai form, we are talking about ourselves, the speaker. But if you want to say about another person, then you can drop e and add garu. So it becomes tabeta garu. Okay, where now we are talking about the listener. So the listener wants to eat. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Hi. Okay, so from Tai to Garu. We're just dropping, what we are doing is we're dropping the E and adding Garu. So we convert it to Tai form because when we want to say we want something, we normally use the Tai form, right? So we convert it to Tai form and drop E and add Garu, it becomes Tabeta Garu. So now it represents somebody else want. So it's not you, but the listener who wants. So maybe Tanaka-san wants to eat. Tabeta garu. Okay. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Hi. So shall we do a bit of Renshu?
Hi, sir.
Hi. So we have the first adjective on the screen, right? So the first adjective on the screen is ureshi, which means happy, right? So using the garu form, how will we create this? Siddharth-san, can you tell me?
Ureshi garu.
Very good. It becomes ureshi garu, right? Ureshi garu. The next adjective is atsui, right? Jeevan-san, can you tell me how will we create making the garu form?
Atsugaru.
Very good. So it becomes Atsu Garu. Right? Atsu Garu. The next adjective is Samui, right? Which is whole. So using the Garu form again, how will we make this? Ganesh-san, would you like to try?
Yeah. Samukaru.
Very good. Becomes Samu Garu. Right? Samu Garu. Okay. The next adjective we have is Itai. Right? Itai. Anybody remembers what does Itai mean? Anyone who remembers the meaning of Itai?
No,
Itai means painful, right? We saw this in chapter when Raja-san or someone went to the hospital, right? So Itai means painful. Hi, Hemalata-san, would you like to try this one?
Ita Garu.
Very good, Hemalata-san. So it becomes Ita Garu. So the next adjective we have is Iyada. What does Iyada mean? Iyada. Anybody who remembers?
Boring
Close
situation.
enough, Vishnupriya-san. Iyada basically means hate or dislike, right? So when you say Iyada, you're telling you hate something or dislike something, right? So while using with Garu, Shweta-san, can you tell me how will we use this with Garu? Shweta-san?
Hi, Sensei. Hi, Sensei. Iya Garu.
Very good. So it becomes Iya Garu. Hi, arigato gozaimasu, Shweta-san. So the next adjective we have is Hoshi, right? Hoshi, which means to want, right? So Aparna-san, can you tell me how will we use this with Garu?
Garu.
Very good, Aparna-san. So becomes Hoshi Garu, right? The next adjective is Syoi. Anybody who remembers the meaning of Syoi? Syoi, which means strong, right? Syoi means strong. Okay, so it becomes Syo
Garu.
Garu, right? Syo Garu. The next adjective we have is Omoshiroi, which means Omoshiroi means
heavy.
interesting, right? It means interesting. So Vishnupriya-san, can you tell me how will we make this using Garu?
Omoshiro Garu.
Very good, Vishnupriya-san. So it becomes Omoshiro Garu, right? Omoshiro Garu, right? So can we read all the adjectives with the Garu forms once together? So Ureshi,
Ishi.
Ureshi Garu.
Ureshi Garu.
Atsui,
Atsui.
Atsugaru.
Atsugaru.
Samui,
Samui.
Samugaru.
Samugaru.
Itai,
Itai.
Itagaru.
Itagaru.
Iyada,
Yada.
Iyagaru.
Iyagaru.
Hoshi,
Ushi.
Hoshigaru.
Ushigaru.
Syoi,
Syoi.
Syogaru.
Syogaru.
Omoshiroi,
Omoshiroi.
Omoshiro, Omoshirogaru.
Omoshirogaru.
Hi. So now we are saying it with verbs, right? So the verb on the screen is iku, which means
To go.
Iku means to
go.
go. Iku when it comes with garu, Siddharth-san, can you try doing it?
Ikita garu. Repeat again, Miss Answer. Ikita garu.
Ikita garu, right? So we make it to Thai form, right? So ikitai will be your Thai form, right? And then we just drop e and add garu, so it becomes ikita garu. Okay. So the next verb is taberu, which means
To eat.
to eat, right? So Aparna-san, can you try doing this for me?
Tapeta Garu. Hello,
Right.
can you hear me?
Tabeta
Garu.
garu, right? Okay, the next verb is kiku, which means
Open.
to listen or to ask, right? To listen or to ask. Hi. So, Ganesh-san, would you like to try this? Yes, Ganesh-san.
Just underline the table. Oh,
Yes, Ganesh-san. So the verb is kiku, Ganesh-san. I'll just underline it for you. This verb over here. So the Thai form for kiku will be
Ikita garu.
Thai form. Yes, Ganesh-san. So it becomes kikita garu, right? Kikita garu. Why? Because the Thai form is kikitai, right? The Thai form is kikitai. So we drop e and we add garu. Hi. The next verb we have is yomu, which means
To drink.
to read, right? To drink will be nomu, Siddharth-san.
Hi, Sanjay.
Hi. So to read is yomu, right? So yomu is to read. Vishnupriya-san, would you like to try doing this? Vishnu.
Sanjay, can you hear me?
Yes, Vishnupriya-san. Now I can hear you.
Yomita Garu.
Very good, Vishnupriya-san. So it becomes Yomita Garu. Yomita Garu. Okay, the next verb is Hanasu, which means
To speak.
to speak. Right? Hanasu to speak. Hemalata-san, would you like to try this?
I sensei. Anashita Garu.
Very good, Hemalata-san. So it becomes Hanashita Garu. Okay, the next verb is Miru, which means
To see.
to see. Jeevan-san, would you like to try doing this one?
Mita Garu.
Very good, Jeevan-san. So it becomes Mita Garu. Right? Mita Garu. Okay, the next verb is Kaeru, which means Kaeru means to come back, right? To return. To go back home or return. Right? So Kaeru. Shweta-san, would you like to try this?
Hi, Sensei. Kaerita garu.
Very good, Shweta-san. So it becomes Kairita Garu. Okay. So shall we read all the verbs once together along with the Garu form?
Hi, Sanjay.
So we have Iku,
Iku.
Ikita Garu,
Ikita garu.
Taberu,
Taberu.
Tabeta Garu,
Tabeta garu.
Kiku,
Kiku.
Kikita Garu,
Kikita garu.
Yomu,
Yomu.
Yomita Garu,
Yomita garu.
Hanas,
Anasu,
Hanashita Garu.
Anashita Garu,
Miru,
Miru,
Nita Garu.
Nita Garu,
Kairu,
Kairu,
Kairita Garu.
Kairita Garu.
Okay, any doubts regarding as to how we are making the Garu form for verbs? Has everybody understood this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Now, for example, if you want to say gatteru, right, it's the present continuous tense. So we are trying to say the other person is feeling like that in the present continuous tense. For example, if you want to say Hayashi-san, right? So this is Hayashi-san, and what is she feeling? She's feeling hot, right? So how will we say that using this gatteiru? The adjective for hot in Japanese is atsui, right? So using atsui, if you want to use gatteiru, what sentence will be?
Hayashi
Hayashi
Sanwa,
san wa atte atte atsukatteiru.
Very good, Shweta-san. So it becomes Hayashi-san wa atsugatte iru. Hayashi-san wa atsugatte iru. Similarly, we have Tanaka-san, right, who's feeling cold. So how will we say that? The adjective for cold is samui.
Tanaka Sanwa Samopatte,
Very good, Siddharth-san. So it becomes Tanaka-san wa samugatteru. Right? Tanaka-san wa samugatteru. Now, if we want to say in Japanese that Raja-san says, I want to go to Japan. So how do I say that Raja-san wants to go to Japan?
Raja Sanwa Nihoni Ikita Gatteiru,
Very good, Siddharth-san. So it becomes Raja-san wa Nihon ni ikita gatteru. Raja-san wa Nihon ni ikita gatteiru. Any doubts regarding this? Has
No,
everybody
no.
understood this?
Sensei, I have one doubt. I got disconnected. So
Yes.
where do we use this gatteiru?
Gatteiru, it's the present continuous tense, right? Te imaste iru we learned to Shrupriya-san, which is
Hi,
your
Sensei.
present continuous tense. So what you're trying to say is that presently Hayashi-san is feeling hot or Tanaka-san is feeling cold. So te iru.
Hi, Sensei.
Like we say, right? I am teaching right now in English. So the same way, gatteiru, te imasu, te iru.
Hi, Sensei.
Right. Any other doubts? So shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now we are seeing another part of the grammar, right? So we have Tanaka-san, right? So Tanaka-san, what is Tanaka-san? He's on Majime na hito. So Majime da is your KOC, which means serious. So saying a serious person. Tanaka-san is a serious person. Okay? So that means yakusoko no jikan. Yakusoko is an appointment or a promise. Okay, so appointed time over here is what the meaning is. Yakusoko no jikan. Right? So he's a serious person, right? So whenever there's an appointment time, he will always be on time. So Rokuji ni narimashita ga Tanaka-san wa mada kimasen. 6時になりましたが、田中さんはまだ来ません。でも、so what we're trying to say is, it's already 6 o'clock, but Tanaka-san hasn't come yet. Yet, we are just trying to continue, right? So we are wanting to say, Tanaka-san wa mou sugu kuru desho. Tanaka-san wa mou sugu kuru desho. So what we're trying to say is Tanaka-san he's a serious person, right? So that means whenever if there's an appointment time given to him, he will be on time always. But today, for some reason, even though it's 6 o'clock, he's not yet come. But he will come soon, is what you're trying to say. So over here, mo sugu kuru desho. Right? That's what we are using, the desho form. So you're learning about this. Any doubts in this sentence?
No, Sensei.
So we have Tanaka Sanwa mo sugu kuru desho. Itsu sukai maska. When do we use this form?
And the other person, we're referring other person.
You're referring to other person, yes, but when in particularly, in what kind of a situation are we using it?
Speaker's prediction.
Very good, Siddharth-san. So we're trying to make a prediction, right? The speaker's prediction. The speaker is making a prediction by saying Tanaka-san will come soon because he knows Tanaka-san is a serious person, which means Tanaka-san will never miss an appointment. So he's making a prediction and saying that, Tanaka-san, he will come soon. So doshi no form wa nan desu ka? What is the verb form being used here?
Plain form.
Very good, Jeevan-san. So it is your plain form, right? Your jisho form. So your plain form of the verb is being used with desho, which is used for making when the speaker is predicting something. So when you want to predict something as a speaker, we use this form desho. Any doubts so far?
No, Sensei.
So we have an adjective here, right? So the adjective is yasui, right? Yasui, which means
Cheap.
cheap. Very good. So if we have to put desho, how will I do? Yasui desho. How do I make it from yasui to yasui desho?
Dropping da and adding desho.
Not exactly. There's no da over here, Siddharth-san. The adjective is yasui.
Desho.
So what am I doing?
Simply adding this shui.
Very good. So I'm just simply adding desho, right? I'm just simply adding desho. So by simply adding desho is what I am how I'm making this form. When I add yasui plus desho, it becomes yasui desho. Now the next adjective I have on the screen is nigyakada, which means
Lively.
lively, right? Nigyakada means lively. So using desho, it becomes nigyaka desho. So how am I making this from nigyakada to nigyaka desho?
Dropping da and adding desho.
Very good, Shweta-san. So I'm dropping da and I'm adding desho. So Siddharth-san, when you have na kiyoshi, yes, we drop da and we add desho. But when you have e kiyoshi, we just add desho. Right? So the next word that we have is ame. Ame, which means
To rain.
to rain. Right? So it becomes ame desho when we are predicting that it's going to rain. So how am I making this from ame to ame desho?
Adding desho.
Very good. So all I'm doing is I'm adding desho. Okay. So to nouns also, if you just add desho, it's enough. To verbs, we'll also add desho. So if the verb, we just use the plain form. So the plain form of the verb plus desho. For ikeyoshi, it is the ikeyoshi plus desho. Noun, it is noun plus desho. Na keyoshi, you drop da and add desho. Any doubts?
No, Sensei.
So shall we practice this a bit?
Hi, Sensei.
Hi. So we have the verb tabemas, which means
To eat.
to eat. So Siddharth-san, can you tell me what will be the form using desho?
Taberu desho.
Very good. So it becomes taberu desho. Right? Taberu desho. The next verb is ikimas, which means
To go.
to go. Right? Ikimas, to go. Aparna-san, can you try doing this one for me?
Iku desho.
Very good, Aparna-san. So it becomes iku desho. Okay, the next chaos we have is toi, which means
For.
far. Very good, Siddharth-san. So toi means far, right? Vishnupriya-san, would you like to try doing this one?
Hi, Sensei. Toy desho.
Very good, Vishnupriya-san. So it becomes toi desho. Toi desho. The next Kyoshi we have is Shizukada, which means
Silent.
very good, Jeevan-san. So it means silent. So Jeevan-san, would you like to try doing this one?
Shizuka Desho.
Very good, Jeevan-san. So it becomes Shizuka desho. Shizuka desho. So next we have Shimas, right? Which means
To do.
to do, right? Shimas to do. So Hemalata-san, would you like to try doing this one?
Hi, Sensei. Suru Deshyo.
Very good, Hemalata-san. So it becomes Suru
Suru
desho.
Deshyo.
So the next verb we have is haremas, right? Shweta-san, would you like to try doing this one?
Hi, Sensei. Hareru desho.
Very good, Shweta-san. So become hareru desho. The next verb we have is amega furimas, which means
To rain.
to rain, right? Furu is the verb for raining. When you say amega furu, it means to rain. So, Siddharth-san, what will be the form using desho?
Mega furu desho.
Very good, Siddharth-san. So it becomes amega furu desho. So shall we read once all together all the verbs with the desho forms? So we have tabemas,
Tabemas.
taberu desho,
Taberu desho.
ikimas,
Ikimas.
iku desho,
Iku
Iku
desho.
desho.
toi,
Toy.
Toy.
toi desho,
Toy
Toy
desho.
desho.
shizukada,
Sukada.
Shizukada.
shizuka desho,
Suka desho.
shimas,
Shimas.
suru desho,
Suru desho.
haremas,
Haremas.
hareru desho,
Hareru
Hareru
desho.
desho.
amega furimas,
Mega kurimas.
amega furu desho.
Mega furu
Omega
desho.
Kuru desho.
Right. We practice a bit more. So we have the verb nomimasen. So a desho form for this. Anybody can guess?
Mine desho.
So it will be
Omine desho.
nomanai desho, right? Plain form, right? We have to convert it to the plain form for verbs and add desho. So even though it's in the polite negative form, we make it the plain negative form. That is the nai form and add desho. Next we have okiku arimasen. So the desho form for this will be
Ikanai desho.
very good, Siddhartha. So it becomes okiku nai desho. So again we convert it to the plain form and we add desho, right? So okikun, oki. What does the adjective oki mean?
Big.
Big, right? And the verb nomu means
Momo is to drink.
very good. Nomu is to drink. Now we have the next kyoshi, which is hima, which means
I don't know. Sensei.
hima will mean to be free, right? To have when you have time, you're free. You say hima. So hima deva arimasen. So the desho form will be
Devanai Desho.
Very good, Siddharth. So becomes Hima Deva Nai Desho. Again, you convert it to the plain form and add Desho. The next word you have is Nihonjin, right? Nihonjin. So the Desho form will be
Nihonjin Desho.
very good, Siddharth. So becomes Nihonjin Desho. Because with noun you just add Desho as it is, right? So whenever any whether it be verbs or adjectives in a negative form, we always convert it to the plain form and we add Desho. Okay. So shall we read all the verbs with the Desho form once together? So you have Nomimasen,
Nomimasen.
Nomanai Desho,
Nomanai Desho.
Okiku Arimasen,
Okiku Arimasen.
Okiku Nai Desho,
Okiku Nai Desho.
Hima Deva Arimasen,
Hima Deva Arimasen.
Hima Deva Nai Desho,
Hima Deva Nai Desho.
Nihonjin,
Nihonjin.
Nihonjin Desho.
Nihonjin Desho.
Any doubts so far?
No, Sanjay.
Right. So now if you want to make a prediction by saying tomorrow is going to be a clear day, it will be clear and sunny. So the verb for clear or sunny is hareru, right? So how will we say that in Japanese?
Ashitava Hareru Desho.
Very good, Siddharth. So it is ashita wa hareru desho. Ashita wa hareru desho. Now if you want to say the day after tomorrow, it's going to rain. We want to make a prediction. So day after tomorrow is asatte, right? So how will we write that in Japanese? How will we say?
Satyava Amega Desho.
Amega.
Desho.
Puru Desho.
Very good. Becomes Amega Furu Desho. Right? Amega Furu Desho. The verb is Amega Furu. To rain. You say Asatteva Amega Furu Desho. Okay. The next one we have is, if you want to say that bike is what is known as
Costly.
expensive. Right? I mean, so if you want to say that bike is expensive, how will we say that in Japanese? So the adjective for expensive is takai,
Takai.
right? So how will the sentence become?
Ano bike wa takai desho.
Very good. So it becomes ano bike wa takai desho. Any doubts regarding this? Has everybody understood this?
Hi, Sanjay.
Hi. So we'll go into the lesson for today because this is your grammar for today. Right? So we'll just go check the lesson now. Hi. So we have the lesson, right? So again, if you go to your hatten, right, you have what is known as the verb for wearing. Okay, so in Japanese, you have, in English, you just say for every piece of item, clothing, whatever it be, wear. The verb is just wear. But in Japanese, it depends on the item. The verb changes. So for example, when we talk about a hat or a cap, so hat or a cap in Japanese is boshi. Okay, it is boshi. So the verb to wear for the wearing a hat or a cap in Japanese is kaburu.
Kaburu.
Hi, kaburu. So all that you will say kaburu for wearing a hat or a cap. You will not say any other verb. Similarly, clothes in Japanese in general is fuku. Okay. So yo fuku is nothing but Western clothes. So clothes, when we talk about wearing, we are talking about wearing your upper half. So in the upper half part, if you're wearing clothes, for example, tops and dresses and stuff like that, then we say kiru.
Kiru.
The verb is kiru. Okay. And for the bottom half, so the bottom half includes pants. For example, pants in Japanese is zubon. Zubon is pants in Japanese. Skirt in Japanese is, it's a katakana word, so it is skato. Okay, skato is skirt in Japanese. And shoes is kutsu. Okay, so the Japanese word for shoes is kutsu. Socks will be kutsu shita. Because it's worn below the shoes, right? You say kutsu shita. You wear your socks and then you wear your shoes. So for all these, we use to wear all these things, the verb in Japanese will be haku.
Haku.
Right. And similarly, you have the verb nekutai. Right? Nekutai is your tie. So for that, when you want to say wearing a tie in Japanese, the verb will be shimeru. Okay, so you have different verbs for wearing in Japanese depending on what you are wearing. Any doubts?
No, sir.
So if you go down, you'll see also in your hatten what is known as tenki, right? So tenki is nothing but the weather, right? So you have the weather hare, which is clear skies or sunny day, right? So the verb for that is hareru. Similarly, kumori is cloudy. Kumori. So the verb will be kumoru.
Kumoru.
Ame is the noun for rain. Whereas if you want to say it is raining, the verb will be amega kuru.
Omega Kuru.
Similarly, kaze means wind, right? So kaze means it's a windy day. If you want to say the wind is blowing, so then you say kaze ga fuku.
Seika Fuku.
Hi. Any doubts over here?
No, sir.
So this is your tenki, the nouns as well as the verbs. So then we go to what is known as your hyogen, right? So in your hyogen, you have your desho form, which is will or shall. So it's about for prediction, speaker's prediction. And then you have something known as mo plus negative form. So if you see mo plus negative form, what you're trying to say is not anymore. Not anymore. And then you have garu. So garu is when you're trying to represent somebody else's desire, or when you want to talk about and express someone else's feeling. And the last line, it's an expression which says sonna koto nai desu yo.
Sonna Kato Nai Desio.
So sonna koto nai desu yo means it can't be true. Okay, any doubts?
No, sir.
Hi. So we'll go through the kotoba box together then. So the first word is haremas or hareru,
Harimos or Harimu.
which means to clear up. The next word is ega.
Ego.
which means movie or a film. The next is nani nani, so something dash ni dekake mas or dekakeru. So that means to go out for something. And then you have motto. So motto means more. Okay. The next word is naraimas or narau, which means to learn. And the next verb is dekimas or dekiru, which means can. So when you can do something. The next word is koen,
Going.
which means part. The next word is gita o hikimas or gita o hiku,
Gitao ikimasu or gitao iku.
which means to play the guitar. And the next word is ike,
Okay.
which means pond. The next word is dash no soba,
Ashno soba.
that is close to or near to. So soba dash no soba, soba over here is giving you the meaning of close to or near to. The next word is a,
A.
which is a painting or a picture. The next verb is kakumas or kaku,
Kakimas or kaku.
which means to paint or draw. The next word is egakan.
Egakan.
Egakan is your movie theater or cinema. The next word is iriguchi.
Iruguchi.
Iriguchi is entrance. The next word is deguchi,
Eguchi.
which means your exit. The next word is kaidan,
Kaidan.
which is your stairs or steps. The next word is erebeta,
Erebeta.
which is your elevator or your lift. And the next one is mo, and then again if you use mo with your negative form, right? Mo nai, which is not anymore. The next keyoshi is wakai,
Kai.
which means young. So wakai, is it ikeyoshi or nakeyoshi?
Ikyus.
Ikeyoshi, right? The next verb is hajimari mas or hajimaru.
Hajimi mas hajimiru.
So hajimari mas or hajimaru is
Hajimari mas.
start or begin. The next verb is ovari mas or ovaru,
Ovari mas or uvaru.
which means to finish or end. The next verb is shimari mas or shimaru,
Shimari mas or shimaru.
which means to close. The next word is imi.
Me.
Imi means meaning in Japanese. So for example, you want to ask, right, what is the meaning of this word? That meaning is known as imi in Japanese. The next verb is ganbari mas or ganbaru,
Ganbari mas or ganbar.
which means to do one's best or to work hard to do one's best. The next verb is megane o kakemas or megane o kakeru.
Game o keke mas or mige o kekiru.
So megane is nothing but your glasses that you wear. So again over here you can see the verb to wear glasses also differs. It is kakemas or kakeru. The next word is tokidoki,
Okidoki.
which means some. The next word is kawaii,
Kawaii.
which means pretty or cute. So kawaii, it's a ikeyoshi or nakeyoshi.
Kawaii.
Ikeyoshi.
Ikyus.
Ikeyoshi, right? And the next word is mata,
Mata.
which means again. So we see this word mata, we use it quite often, right? Like I keep saying mata kinyobi, mata getsuyobi. So we use it quite often. Any doubts regarding the kotoba?
No, Susan. You can also say ja mata.
Hi, ja mata means see you later, right? So, but if I know on a particular day for sure that I'm going to see you, for example, I know that I'm going to see you next on Friday, then I can also say Mata Kinyobi. If I know that I'm going to see you tomorrow, I'll say Mata Ashita.
Hi, Sundar.
Hi. So we'll start with reading the lesson, right? So Siddharth-san, can you read the title for me?
Ashita wa oyasumi desu.
Ashita wa oyasumi desu.
Yes,
Ashita wa oyasumi desu, which means tomorrow is a
holiday.
right? Aparna-san, can you start reading Tanaka-san's dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Ashita wa oyasumi desu ne. Nani o shimasu ka?
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu, Aparna-san. So Tanaka-san is saying, Ashita wa oyasumi desu ne. Ashita wa oyasumi desu ne. Tomorrow is a holiday, isn't it? Nani o shimasu ka? Nani o shimasu ka? What do we do? So Ashok-san is responding to that, right? So he's responding by speaking, right? Vishnupriya-san, would you like to read the dialogue?
Hi, Sensei.
Hi.
Go and de jitao hikimas. My show Rensho. Sensei, what's that one?
Renshu shite imasu.
Rensho shitemasu.
Hi. Once more, Vishnupriya-san after me. Ko ende
Go and de
gita o hikimasu.
jitao hikimas.
Maishu
Maishu
renshu shite imasu.
Rensho shitemasu.
Hi. Arigatou gozaimasu, Vishnupriya-san. So Ashok-san is saying, Koende Gita o hikimasu. Koende Gita o hikimasu. So he's saying, I play the guitar in the park, right? Maishu renshu shite imasu. Maishu renshu shite imasu. Every week I practice, right? I practice playing the guitar. Practice playing the guitar in the park. So Raja-san is speaking now, right? Hemalata-san, would you like to read Raja-san's dialogue?
Hi. Watashi wa gita o dekimasen ga e o kakku no ga suki desu. Hashita wa hareru deshio kara. Ike no soba de e o kakitai desu.
Hi, very good Hemalata-san. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hi, Sensei.
Hi. So Raja-san is saying, Watashi wa gita wa dekimasen ga e o kaku no ga suki desu. Watashi wa gita wa dekimasen ga e o kaku no ga suki desu. So I can't play guitar. I can't play guitar, but I like to draw pictures. So Ashita wa hareru desho kara ikke no soba de e o kakitai desu. Ashita wa hareru desho kara ikke no soba de e o kakitai desu. So tomorrow it looks to be a clear day. Hence I want to draw a picture near the pond. I want to sit near the pond and draw a picture. So Tanaka-san is responding to all this, right? Ganesh-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Yes, sir. Ito sino?
I have underlined the dialogue for you, Ganesh-san.
Hello?
Hi, Ganesh-san.
Ito sino? To ite sino? To television ba?
Hi, once more Ganesan after me. E desu ne.
E desu no.
Devi-san wa.
Devi-san wa.
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu Ganesan. Hi. So, Tanaka-san is saying E desu ne. Saying E desu ne. Devi-san wa. Devi-san wa. She's saying that's good, isn't it? What about Devi-san? Right? So she's asking Devi-san. What about you, Devi-san? Right? Because Ashok-san and Raja-san spoke. So Jeevan-san, can you read Devi-san's dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Watashi wa Raja-san ga senshomita eiga o mitai desu.
Hi, very good, Jeevan-san. Arigatou gozaimasu. So Devi-san is saying, Watashi wa Raja-san ga senshu mita eiga o mitai desu. Watashi wa Raja-san ga senshu mita eiga o mitai desu. So as for me, I want to watch the film which Raja-san saw last week. So Raja-san saw the movie last week and she wants to watch that movie. So Suzuki-san is speaking now, right? Shweta-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Watashi mo mitai desu. Desi-san issho ni ikimasen ka?
Hi, very good, Shweta-san. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hi,
So
sir.
Suzuki-san is saying, Watashi mo mitai desu. Watashi mo mitai desu. Even I want to see. Devi-san, issho ni ikimasen ka? Devi-san, issho ni ikimasen ka? So he's asking Devi-san now, right? Shall we go together for it? So Devi-san is responding to this, right? Siddharth-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Ye, Zenhi Tanaka-san mo iga ga desu ka?
Once more, Siddharth-san after me. Ze
Ze
Tanaka sensei mo
Tanaka sensei mo
ikaga desu ka?
ikaga desu ka?
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu, Siddharth-san. So Devi-san is saying zehi. Zehi. She's saying yes, certainly. And then she's asking, right? Tanaka sensei mo ikaga desu ka? Tanaka sensei mo ikaga desu ka? Even Tanaka sensei, what about you? She's asking Tanaka sensei, right? What about you? So Tanaka sensei is responding to that, right? Aparna-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Watashi mo dekaketai desu ka? Isogashi desu.
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu, Aparna-san. So Tanaka sensei is saying, Watashi mo dekaketai desu ga isogashi desu. Watashi mo dekaketai desu ga isogashi desu. So I also want to go out, but I am busy. I also want to go out, but I am busy. Right? So, hi. So, the next one, Vishnupriya-san, can you read the dialogue for me? Devi-san's dialogue.
Hi, Sensei. Soy desu ka? Sorry, soy desu ka? Sanen desu ne.
Once more, Vishnupriya-san after me. So desu ka?
So desu ka?
Zannen desu ne.
Zanen desu ne.
Hi. Very good, Vishnupriya-san. Arigatou gozaimasu. So, Devi-san is saying, so desu ka? She's saying, so desu ka? Zannen desu ne. Zannen desu ne. She's saying, is that so? It's a pity, isn't it? She's saying, is that so? It's a pity, isn't it? So the next scene is taking place in the Ega Khan. So the next scene is taking place in the Ega Khan, that is your movie theater. Right? So next scene is taking place in a movie theater. So Suzuki-san is speaking, right? So he's talking. Hemalata-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Iriguchi wa koko desu ka?
Yes.
iriguchi wa koko desu
Koko
ka?
desu ka?
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu, Hemalata-san.
Hi, Sensei.
So it is iriguchi wa koko desu ka? Iriguchi wa koko desu ka? So he's asking a question, right? Is this the entrance? Is the entrance over here? So remember, it is iriguchi and not iruguchi. A lot of you are pronouncing it as iruguchi, but it's iriguchi. Okay. So Devi-san is responding to that, right? Jeevan-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
そこは出口ですよ。入り口はこっちです。こっちです。
Hi, very good, Jeevan-san. Arigatou gozaimasu.
あ
So,
りがとう先生。
hi. So Devi-san is saying, そこは出口ですよ。そこは出口ですよ. You say, as for that place, that is your the exit, you know. So, 入り口はこっちです。入り口はこっちです。The entrance is over here. This is the entrance. So, Suzuki-san is responding to that, right? Ganesh-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Yes, sir. Eika gan Eika ganba igai des no igai des no
Once more, Ganesh-san, after me. Ega kanba
Eika ganba igai des no
nikai desu ne.
igai des no.
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu, Ganesh-san. So, Suzuki-san is saying, Ega kanwa nikai desu ne. Ega kanwa nikai desu ne. So, there are two, the what is known as the cinema hall or the theater is on the second floor, right? The cinema hall or the theater is on the second floor. He's saying the cinema hall, the theater is on the second floor, isn't it? So Devi-san is responding to that, right? Shweta-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Kaidan ja nakute erebeta de ikimasho. Mou wakakunai desu kara?
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu, Shweta-san. Very good. So Devi-san is speaking, right? So she's saying that kaidan janakute erabeta de ikimasho. Kaidan janakute erabeta de ikimasho. So let's go with the elevator instead of the steps. And then she's saying, mo wakakunai desu kara. Mo wakakunai desu kara. Because we are not that young anymore. Right? Because we are not that young anymore. So Suzuki-san is responding to that. Right? Siddharth-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Hey, Sensei. Zonna koto nai desu yo. Nanjin kara Naji made no eiga desu ka?
Hi. Very good, Siddharth-san. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu, Sensei.
Right. So Suzuki-san is saying, Sonna koto nai desu yo. Sonna koto nai desu yo. He's like, that is not true, you know. It's not true. It can't be true. And then he asks, Nanji kara nanji made no eiga desu ka? Nanji kara nanji made no eiga desu ka? So he's asking for the timings of the movie, right? From what time till what time is the movie? So Devi-san is responding to that, right? Aparna-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Sokuji ni wajimate hachiji ni owarimasu. Hachiji han ni eiga kan ga shimarimasu kara.
Hi, once more, Aparna-san, can you read after me? Rokuji ni
Rokuchi ni
Hajimate,
hajimate,
Hachiji ni
hachiji ni
Owarimasu.
owarimasu.
Hachijihan
Hachijihan
ni Eigakan ga
ni eigakan ga
shimarimasu kara.
shimarimasu kara.
Right. Arigatou gozaimasu, Japana-san. So, Devi-san is saying, Rokuji ni hajimate, hachiji ni owarimasu. Rokuji ni hajimate, hachiji ni owarimasu. So, it starts from 6 o'clock and it ends at 8 o'clock. Hachiji han ni eigakan ga shimarimasu kara. Hachiji han ni eigakan ga shimarimasu kara. Because at 8:30 we close the theater, right? So because at 8:30 we close the theater. So Devi-san is speaking, right? So she is responding to. So Devi-san is speaking again. So hi. So Hemalata-san, would you like to read the dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Owarimashita ne do deshita ka.
Hi. Very good, Hemalata-san. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hi, Sensei.
So Devi-san is speaking, saying, Ovari mashita ne, do deshita ka, Ovari mashita ne, do deshita ka. So she's saying, the film's got over, right? So now this is happening after the film is over, after the movie. She's saying it's over, isn't it? How was it? So Suzuki-san is responding to that, right? Vishnu Priya-san, can you read the dialogue for me? Vishnu Priya-san? Hi, Jeevan-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Suzuki-san's dialogue. Right,
Yes,
Sensei?
Jeevan-san, Suzuki-san's dialogue.
Oon Tamirugo no imiga Yoku Wakari Masan Deshita. Tamirugo Naraitai des.
Hi, arigato gozaimasu, Jeevan-san, very good. So, Suzuki-san saying, Tamirugo no imi ga yoku wakarimasen deshita. Tamirugo no imi ga yoku wakarimasen deshita. So, I could not understand the meaning of, because it is in Tamil. So, Tamirugo naraitai desu. Tamirugo naraitai desu. I want to learn Tamil. Hi, Daijobu desu, Vishnu Priya-san. So he's saying, I want to learn Tamil. Right? So Ganesh-san, can you read the next dialogue, Devi-san's dialogue for me?
So desu ka ganbatte kudasai.
Very good, Ganesh-san. Arigato gozaimasu. Hi. So Devi-san is saying, so desu ka ganbatte kudasai. So desu ka ganbatte kudasai. He's saying, is that so? So all the best. Please do your best. So in Japanese, whenever you go for exam also, you will always notice your senseis will always tell you ganbatte kudasai, which means please do your best. It's equivalent to saying all the best in English, where they basically mean to for you to do your best. And the normal response normally will be hi, ganbarimasu, which means yes, I will do my best. Okay? So anytime somebody says ganbatte kudasai, the normal response is always hi, ganbarimasu.
Nice, Sensei.
Hi. So Suzuki-san is speaking, right? So now again Suzuki-san is talking. So Shweta-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Ega o miru toki nega ne o kakima shitane.
Hi, arigato gozaimasu, Shweta-san. Very good. So Suzuki-san is saying, Ega o mirutoki megane o kakemashita ne. Ega o mirutoki megane o kakemashita ne. Saying while watching the movie, you wore your glasses, didn't you? While watching the movie, you wore your glasses, didn't you? He's telling, he's saying, he's asking to Devi-san. So Devi-san is responding to that, right? So Siddharth-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Hi, Toki Toki Kakemasu. Niga Varui Desakara.
Hi, very good, Siddharth-san. Arigato gozaimasu. So
Yes,
Devi-san is saying, hi, tokidoki kakemasu. Hi, tokidoki kakemasu. Mega varui desu kara. Mega varui desu kara. So yes, sometimes I wear because of my eyesight being bad. Okay, so he's saying sometimes I wear because of my eyesight. Basically, when you have eye problems, we wear glasses, right? So that's what he's trying to say. So Aparna-san, can you read Suzuki-san's dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Kawaii megane desu ne.
Hi, arigato gozaimasu, Aparna-san. Very good. So Suzuki-san is saying, Kawaii megane desu ne. Kawaii megane desu ne. Those glasses are cute, aren't they? Your glasses are cute. So Devi-san is speaking, right? So she is responding to that. Hemalata-san, can you read the dialogue for me?
Hi, Sensei. Arigato gozaimasu. Tanaka Sensei. Eiga o mitagatte imasu ne. Mata kimashio.
Hi, very good, Hemalata-san. Arigato gozaimasu.
Hi, Sensei.
Hi. So Devi-san is saying arigato gozaimasu as well, right? Because she just received a compliment, right? Suzuki-san complimented on the glasses, on her glasses, saying her glasses are cute, right? So she's saying arigato gozaimasu, and then she's saying Tanaka sensei mo eiga o mitta gatte imasu ne. Tanaka sensei mo eiga o mitta gatte imasu ne. Mata kimashou. Mata Kima shows. We say Tanaka Sensei also wanted to watch this movie, right? So Tanaka Sensei also wanted to watch this movie, right? So let's come back again together. So let's come back together again. Okay. Any doubts in this lesson?
no, Sensei.
So this was your lesson for lesson 18. Okay. So with this we have finished lesson 18. Right. So since we still have some time, would you like, do you want to do a bit of exercises on grammar and vocabulary?
Yes, we can do that.
Hi.
But some was asking about JLPT exam.
Hi. So your JLPT test, it has basically what is known as normally 3 parts, right? So it will be having your vocabulary and grammar, your reading, and what is known as your listening. Okay, so it has what is known as grammar and vocabulary, reading, and listening. It's divided into 3 parts. So your vocabulary normally comes first, and then the second section involves what is known as your reading and your grammar, and then the third section is your listening section. Okay, so you have 3 sections, and each section will have a time limit basically. And For each section, you will be within the time limit, you will have to answer the questions. You will not be given back the paper basically once you finish one section. In between the 3 sections, you might have a small break. Okay, so you have 3 sections which you have to do, and after finishing each section, there'll be maybe a 5-minute break or a 2-minute break. And once you finish one section, you have to hand over your answer sheet. It's a multiple choice question. Okay, so you don't have to write answers. It's all multiple choice questions. You just have to choose the correct answer. So always make sure that even if you don't know the answer, to choose a particular answer, because you may never know if it could be right or not. So that is your exam pattern. Any other doubts regarding the JLPT?
Is there any basic qualifying marks for the JLPT Sensei?
Yes, so you do have your basic marks, right, which needed for your pass marks are there. So
Okay.
what is known as for each level, the pass mark differs. So if you go to what is known as your JLPT website, right, the official website, if you go to there, you have all your, you will have few sample questions for you to solve, as well as you will have your tabular column, which will help you tell you what will be your pass mark for each section, which you need to clear the exam.
Hi, Sensei.
Sensei.
Hi.
Sensei, what does that reading mean? Reading comprehension and answering it, or?
So reading comprehension is like, for example, we just read a lesson, right? So like this, you will have small articles which you might have to read, or small paragraphs, and based on that paragraph, they will ask you a question. So you have to try and answer the question based on what is given in the paragraph.
Which is manually written.
No, it's a multiple choice question, right? So you have four options. So you basically have to choose which will be the correct options. Hi. Yes.
Sensei, in the exam, when the kanjis come, will it be having this hiragana letters on its top like we have in our textbook?
No, they won't be having your furigana, will not be there, which is why in the textbook you have the furigana for helping you to learn, right? You'll have your first section, which is your vocabulary. So you will be given 25 minutes for that. Okay, and then you have your second section, which has grammar and reading, for which you will get around 50 minutes. So it'll be like say 20 minutes for the first section, which is vocabulary, 40 minutes for your reading and your grammar, and then 30 minutes for listening. Okay, so that will be your 3 sections divided time. And you don't have furigana in your JLPT paper to help you read the kanjis, which is why I keep specifying it is very important for you to learn and practice the kanjis.
Sensei, vocabulary in the sense will be given a word, will be asked meaning, or like giving kanji words and writing the katakana words. It will whether it will be like that, or it will be different. Sensei.
So the exact kind of vocabulary questions that you can get will be the fact that, for example, you might get a sentence and you'll be given 4 options for 4 words. You have to choose which option will go perfectly in the word. So if you want, we can try to do a few vocabulary exercises. You get an idea of what kind of questions can come.
Yes,
Hi, any other questions?
In the listening part, what kind of questions we can expect?
So the listening part, we'll be doing the questions in the second listening class. You'll get a better idea, because the second listening class will be very similar to your JLPT exam listening. So we'll be having listening next week after your 20th lesson, right? We still have 2 more lessons to finish. So today we did lesson 18, right? Tomorrow, Friday will be lesson 19, Monday will be 20th, and Wednesday is listening. So that listening will be exactly like how you will be having in a JLPT exam. Any other
Okay.
doubts?
Sensei, can you please post some model question paper if you don't mind? GCR.
Okay, so I'll try doing that. So for example, okay, let's see. So I'm putting one question for vocabulary in the chat box. Can you all try to answer that? Anybody can tell me what the answer you think will be the answer. So it says dash ega o mini ikemasen ka, right? So the answer will be so this is an example of a vocabulary question, right? For example, dash ega o mini ikimasen ka. So you have 4 options, right? You have yube, you have kino, you have ashita, and you have ototo. So anybody who can guess an answer? Again, like I said, even if you don't know the correct answer, it's always useful to guess one answer. Because your JLPT exam pattern will also be like this. You'll be given questions like these with 4 options and you have to guess any one option which will be the answer. Anybody who would like to guess?
UB, since the first one I'm not able to type.
Hi, so Siddharth and Yube is last night, right? So Yube is last night. So Yube is last night, but over here the verb saying ikimasenka. When do we use masenka form? We use the masenka form when we are inviting somebody.
Present.
Hi, in the present. So when we want to invite someone, right? Just now we saw, right? Raja-san asking, right, to Devi-san, Ishoni ikimasen ka, right?
Ashita. Ashita, right?
Hi, very good, Siddharth-san. So the correct answer will be Ashita, right? Because we are talking about the present tense. All the rest is for past tense, right? Yube means last night. Kino means yesterday. Ototoi means the year before last year, right? So all these are in the past tense. The only one which shows your present tense is Ashita, right? You will always say Ashita, ego mini ikimasen ka. Shall we go watch a movie tomorrow? Right? So the correct answer will be Ashita. So you'll have vocabulary questions like these also. Which is why, so it's important to revise the vocabulary given in your lessons. Any doubts over here regarding this question?
No, sir.
So would you like to try another question like this?
Yes, sir.
So like I said, always try to answer even if you don't know the meanings, for a simple reason that there is no wrong or I mean like even if you don't know, it's because it's a multiple choice question, always try and answer. You may never know which answer will come correct, right? So the next question I have put, right? So it says, Bata Shiva, itsumo dash o kiki nagara benkyou shimasu. Watashiwa dash itsumo dash o kiki nagara benkyou shimasu. So when you say watashiwa itsumo means always, right? Kiki nagara, kikimasu. What does the verb kikimasu mean? Kiku means to?
Right.
That is kaku, right? Hemalata-san. So kiku means to listen, right? Listen or ask. So saying nagara form, right? When do we use nagara? Verb nagara we use when we want to say while. So while benkyo shimasu. Benkyo shimasu means benkyo suru is to study, right? So we're saying dash watashi wa itsumo dash o kikinagara benkyo shimasu. So while listening to something you're studying. So you have 4 options. You have pen, you have radio, you have teburu, and you have stobu. What will be the correct answer?
Radio.
Very good, Siddharth-san. So it becomes radio, right? Radio is nothing but your radio, right? That's the only thing over here which you can listen to, right? Pen is nothing but your pen which you write with, right? Teburu is your table. Stobu is your stove, right? So the only thing that we can listen to over here is radio, which is radio in katakana. So any doubts regarding this question?
No, sir.
So will you like to try one more question like this?
I can, sir.
Hi. So I will request everybody to try and participate, right? Like how Hemalata-san and Siddharth-san are doing. Each person can try and say what they think will be the correct answer. So then only I'll be able to help you, right? Hi. So the next question. So it says watashi no suki na nomimono wa dash desu. Watashi no suki na nomimono. Nomimono will be nomu is to
drink.
To drink. So nomimono will be a
Kocha.
Very good, Siddharth-san. So the correct answer will be kocha.
Kocha.
Right? Because nomimono will be a drink, right? Nomu is to drink. So mass stem plus mono makes it a thing. Nomimono a drink. So watashi no suki na nomimono wa. My favorite drink. Now we have 4 options, right? Okashi is nothing but sweets. That is something you eat. It cannot be what is known as nomimono, right? And then we have what is known as mikan, right? So mikan is what is known as orange in Japanese, right? Mikan. Your orange is what is known as mikan in Japanese. The orange which we eat, the mandarin orange. And then you have neko. Neko means cat. So then the only thing to drink is kocha, which is black tea. Right? So the correct answer over here will be kocha. So any doubts regarding this question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So will you want to try another one?
I sir.
I think so.
Hi. Hi. So the next question that you have is watashi wa jitensha o dash motte imasu. Right? So it's about counters now. Right? You can see. Watashi wa jitensha o dash motte imasu. Jitensha is
Class.
cycle, right? Bicycle.
Oh, sorry.
Hi. So we are talking about motte imasu. Motsu is to hold, right? So you're saying I'm holding 2 cycles. So what will be the counter suffix that should go here? Very good, Shweta-san. So it will be nidai, right? Dai. We learn dai as the counter suffix for all machines, right? So jitensha, cycle. So the counter suffix will be dai. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No sense.
So for example, say the next question. Kono dash wa, kono dash jisho wa dare no desu ka? Kono dash jisho wa dare no desu ka? So what do you think will be the correct answer? So hosoi means thin, right? Marui means circular, right? And then we have the word mijikai, which means short. And the word chisai, which means small. So one of these adjectives is what we need to use, right? Hi, Shweta-san. So it is chisai, right?
Chisai.
This small dictionary, right? Whose dictionary it is? So it will be small. So Marui, because we know dictionary is always not, it's not normally in a circular shape. Mijikai is short, we don't use. Hosoi is thin, which will not be the correct thing to use over here. So it becomes chisai.
Chisai.
Any doubts?
No sense.
No, sir.
Hi. So for example, let's try one more. Okay. Chichi wa kotoshi hachiju sai desu ga dash desu. Again, you're talking about a particular adjective that should fit. So what will be the correct adjective according to you? You have genki, you have kekko, zanen, and kantan. You're saying my father is 80 years old, but
Genki?
very good. So it'll be genki, right? Good, Vishnu Priya-san. So Siddharth-san, so it's genki. Ganesh-san, it won't be kekko. Kekko means fine, right? But in English, you have, when you say I'm fine, it's not that fine. When you say fine, you're just trying to say no thank you in that sense. When somebody asks you for something and you say kekko des, I'm fine, I'm okay, like that. So genki is the correct answer which you want to say when you want to say healthy. My father, he is 80 years old, but he is healthy. Zannen means it's a pity, right? Or a disappointment. Kantan means simple. So over here, the correct answer will be Genki, right? Any doubts?
No, sir.
So,
Since in the exam, do we have this much time to recognize our answers, or it will be passed?
so
Awesome.
for vocabulary session, for this session, you will get 20 minutes, Siddharth-san.
How many questions will be inside?
For this, you will have around, I'm not exactly sure remembering how many questions right now.
Can we check in JLPT portal?
Yeah, you can check in the JLPT portal. It will help you much better. So there you will get more clarity as well, and you will get more questions like this. On the official JLPT website, you have what is known as sample questions which you can try.
Hi, sir.
So, but even if you read your vocabulary and all in the book, if you're thorough with it, you will be able to answer these questions. right?
Hi, Sensei.
So the next question that we have is Amega futte imasu, right? Amega futte imasu. Minna kasa o dash imasu. So Amega futte imasu.
Agate imasu.
So it will be Sashite imasu. Hi Vishnupriya-san, very good. Okay, kasa or sasu is to open an umbrella. Okay, ageru means to give. Okay, so akeru is to open, but you always say kasa or sasu. Okay, and suketu, sukete, we just saw this verb for light, to on the lights. Any doubts?
No, Sensei.
No.
Hi. Okay, so the next one we have, right? So the next one says Gakusei tachi wa kyoshitsu de Yamada sensei ni Nihongo o dashimasu. Right? So Gakusei tachi wa. So Gakusei is students. Right? Gakusei tachi wa kyoshitsu de and the classroom. Yamada sensei ni from Yamada sensei. Nihongo dash imasu. What are they doing with the Japanese language? You have 4 verbs.
Benkyoshite.
Very good,
Benkyoshite.
Vishnupriya-san. So it would be Benkyoshite, but here you don't have an option called Benkyoshite. Wait, we do have Benkyoshite, but okay, Benkyoshite is to study, right? But that won't be the correct answer over here, because when you say studying, I'm studying when I say I'm not talking to my teacher, right? I'm studying on my own. Okay, when I say Benkyoshite, I'm studying. But the correct answer here will be Naratte, because when there's a teacher, I'm learning from my teacher, right? So when you have a sensei in the class, you're always learning. The sensei is Oshiete Imas, right? She will be teaching and you will be learning. So the correct answer will be Naratte. And hi Shweta-san, very good. Oboeru is to memorize. Okay, oboeru is to memorize. Tsukutte, we know tsukurimasu already. So Naratte will be the correct answer over here. Any doubts?
No, Sensei.
Hi. Okay, so for example, the next one. Yamada-san wa akai boshi o dashimasu. We just learned it in this lesson. The verb for wearing a hat. If you have your textbooks in front of you open, you can be able to see and tell me the answer. Kaburu, very good Shweta-san. So kaburu is the verb for wearing when it comes to a hat, right? So you will say Yamada-san wa akai boshi o kabutte imasu. The other 4 verbs also mean the same thing to wear, but like I told you in Japanese, wearing the verb will differ from the item that you are going to wear. So here the item was hat, a red hat. Any doubts?
No sense.
Hi. So for example, the next one. So you have Yamada-san wa taitei ofuru ni haite dash nemasu. Taitei is mostly or usually, right? So Yamada-san enters his bath and what does he do? Dash nemas, sleep.
Don.
So dan is gradually, right? But if you have to gradually sleep, you won't enter the bathtub, will you? If you are too sleepy and you want to gradually fall asleep, you will go to your bed and you will try to fall asleep.
Hi, sir.
Hi. Suguni. Very good, Vishnupriya-san. So the answer would be Suguni, which is instantly or immediately, right? So chodo is exactly, dan we know is gradually, mada is not yet, when we say, right? So the correct answer is Suguni, which means immediately. So he enters his Yamada Sanwa, Taite, Ofuruni, Haite, Suguni Nemas, right? So mostly whenever he enters Yamada-san and he enters his bath, immediately he falls asleep. When he enters his bathtub. Any doubts? So these are a few questions, like examples of the vocabulary type questions that can come. Okay, so maybe next class I'll try taking another aspect and taking that. So vocabulary, this is how you will most probably get. So it just depends, like I've shown you and told you. So again, this is why I keep saying, keep practicing your vocabulary. All right. So next class, maybe we'll take something else up and we'll try doing maybe something else, grammar or maybe kanji or something, or reading or something like that.
Hi, Sensei.
Okay. So we'll try the last, because we have some time after class, so we'll try to keep practicing how much ever we can. Okay. So I'll just take the attendance for today. Hi, Aparna-san.
Hi, Sensei.
Shweta-san.
Hi, Sensei.
Ganesh-san.
Hi, Sensei.
Hemalata-san.
Hi, Sensei.
Jeevan-san.
Hi, Sensei.
Bhanu Prakash-san. Dheena-san. Siddharth-san.
Hi, Sensei.
Vishnupriya-san.
Hi, Sensei.
So am I missing anybody else out? No, right? Hi. Ja, arigato gozaimashita.
Arigato gozaimashita.
Arigato gozaimashita, Sensei.
Arigato gozaimashita.
Arigato gozaimashita, Sensei.
Arigato gozaimashita, Sensei.
Arigato gozaimashita.